Christmas at my parents' house was always a big deal. Every year, the entire family gathered for a full weekend of food, presents, and traditions that had been around since my childhood. This year felt even more special because it was my son's first real Christmas, at least the first one where he was old enough to be excited about everything. He was 3 years old, and at that perfect age where every light, every wrapped gift, and every cookie on the table was magical. I had been looking forward to this for weeks. But I should have known that my sister, Camille, would find a way to ruin it. Camille was 35 and had always been obsessed with making the holidays perfect, which, in her mind, meant everything looking like a curated Instagram post. She loved coordinated outfits, pristine decorations, and quiet, adult-only celebrations where everything followed a strict schedule. The problem? That had never been how our family did Christmas. We were loud, we were messy, and we were big on traditions. Growing up, Camille and I had been close, but things changed over the years. She made it clear that she thought my life choices, getting married, having a child, were beneath her. She had always been open about not wanting kids, which was fine, but she also had zero patience for them. And for some reason, she always acted like my son's existence was some sort of personal offense. I got my first warning before I even arrived. My Aunt Lisa pulled me aside when we got to my parents' house, lowering her voice as she leaned in. "Camille's already complaining about the baby running around," she whispered. I frowned. "He's 3. What does she expect him to do? Sit in a corner in silence?" Lisa sighed. "You know how she is." I did. And I decided I wasn't going to let it ruin my mood. I brushed it off and went inside. My son immediately ran to my mom, showing her the little stuffed reindeer he had brought with him. She beamed, scooping him up in a hug. That was the kind of Christmas I wanted. Warm, happy, and full of family. Camille barely greeted me when I saw her. She was too busy fussing over the table settings, making sure everything was symmetrical and elegant. I ignored the way she glanced at my son every time he laughed or clapped. I ignored the way she sighed when he toddled past her. I told myself I wouldn't let her attitude get under my skin. That lasted until dinner. We were all gathered around the table, passing dishes back and forth, when my son, overjoyed with his little plate of mashed potatoes, let out an excited giggle. It wasn't even loud, just a happy, toddler sound. Camille, who had been sipping her wine, rolled her eyes dramatically. "This would be so much more enjoyable if we didn't have a toddler screaming every 5 minutes, she muttered. The table went silent. My mom shifted uncomfortably. My dad, always the peacemaker, quickly asked someone about their job to change the subject. My husband squeezed my hand under the table, a silent reminder to let it go. I let it go. But later that night, when my son proudly ran up to my parents to show them his new toy truck, Camille scoffed. "God, he's literally ruining Christmas." That was it. That was the moment I snapped. "If anyone is ruining Christmas, Camille," I said calmly, "it's the person acting like a toddler over a toddler being happy." She turned red, then scoffed and walked out of the room. My dad, however, didn't hold back. "You threw a fit over a happy kid. You had that coming." Later, as I vented to my husband in our room, he joked, "Too bad we can't get Santa to call her out for being on the naughty list." That's when the idea hit me. What if I actually did? I knew someone, a professional Santa performer, through a friend. I pulled out my phone and sent him a quick message, asking if he was available for some special announcements on Christmas Day. He responded almost immediately. He loved the idea. So I sat down and started making a list. A very special list. Camille's Christmas crimes, over the years, were plenty. The year she threw a fit because the tree was too short. The time she cried because my mom didn't make the exact dessert she wanted. The time she demanded my parents stop playing Christmas music because it was too cliché.